You know what I've noticed? But I haven't mentioned it because I keep forgetting to mention it. Where are the trees that are right here in the single player world? Is it because of the solar array and the landing pad? Really? A little consistency, please.
So, over the last day, I've been thinking, not playing at all, and just, what? The frickin' alien world is gone again. It moved somewhere. So, I made an assumption and just went with it without even a second thought. And that assumption was that since the ship sank slowly with the inertial dampers on, and it didn't maintain altitude, it didn't occur to me that maybe that was just a multiplayer issue. Or maybe it's the recurring issue that most ships have, or have had, where they would just slowly sink. And in the time that I've spent researching for thrusters and hydrogen tanks and everything with the previous attempt to go to the moon, a little bug was nuzzling in my ear, and I started thinking about how many thrusters I have on this, how much thrust each one puts out, taking into consideration the gravitational forces and the fact that hydrogen thrusters basically put out 100% thrust no matter where they're at. And then I have 22 small, large ship hydrogen thrusters that are on the bottom of this ship.
And considering the overall mass of the ship and the amount of available thrust that's the amount of thrust that's available.
Initial statement of how I did extensive testing, which I did, and that I had no doubts whatsoever that it would fly off of this planet even without the ion thrusters. I'm going to go back on that. I'm going to say yes, it does. It's functional right now to get off this planet. I'm not going to build another ship. This one is leaving. The miner is going to get loaded in the back. Of course, after I mine a bunch of ice and stuff. I need to get some ammo for the guns. But that's what's going to happen. I am going to leave this planet here within this episode or next episode in this ship. And I guess per suggestion from, I'm not even going to try and pronounce the last name, but I think it's John. I'm going to just start hitting asteroids, looking for platinum. And if all these guns on here cannot protect this ship against those freaking pirates, then I might as well just reset the whole world and start off with a little yellow ship and just putt-putt along asteroid to asteroid. I don't want to disable the pirates just because I need that extra challenge. It feels so rewarding to actually overcome them and have them be nothing more than a menial pest than as much of a threat as they are right now. So that's the plan. That's the plan that I came up with while pondering the whole situation. Is that enough enough stalling, enough second guessing, the Explorer Mark III is a fully functional vessel, with the exception of the ion thrusters, so it's not fully functional, but you know what I mean. And it will leave this planet very soon. Now, what I would like to show you, though, is while I was pondering all of this, I decided to do some LCD work. Now, it's stuff that you've already seen in other channels and everything, but some of the stuff is things that I've never messed with before and was surprised at how easy it was to set them up. Now, right off the bat, there's one of three, I call them terminals, but they're the programmable blocks, and they're online and functioning right now. I went ahead and I placed the sun there, placed an angled LCD up here so I can monitor the ship mass and cargo mass, and I don't know why it says 0 other than the fact that the connector is connected in the back. I think that's why. Because when I was messing with it earlier, before I saved the world and then reloaded it this time, it did show a ship mass of 1.6 million kilograms. Is that right? Yeah, something like that. And right now it's showing, it's my guesstimate, 750,000 kilograms of cargo. So it's saying it's 117%. But that's just a guess. Those are just numbers referencing what's going on the ship, and I've got another thing going on that it's going to need a lot of tweaking as I learn more about it. Then we have this script, and I'll be darned if I can remember the name. It's basically showing damaged blocks, and all the yellow spots you see are the ion thrusters and like these incomplete blocks right here, I think. But these are supposed to be incomplete, so I won't worry about them. Now, I have, I think all of these up here, I have set them up, as you can see, with Tim. Taladin's inventory management, I think it is. And basically started setting priorities and itemizing and organizing things so that the majority of the cargo will be up towards the bow here, or the nose, if you want to call it that. Just so I try to balance the weight, because obviously the stern is very heavy, considering that's where everything's at, as well as the miner is going to be. I did start putting a LCD in here. I'm not sure what I'll do. Oh, that's the other thing. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to put up here, other than probably stuff like stopping distance, stuff like that. It's going to be another M master. Because here, right here, this one's that's highlighted right now. Back up so you can see it. Gotta really cut down on the reflections. That's you see the reflections of the other LCDs in here, and it's really distracting. Come on, make it a little less, Keen. Please make it a little less. As you can see, I have M Masters, automatic LCDs 2 running on this first display, giving me the power time and the power summary, basically the reactors, the solar panels, the batteries, and all that. Hydrogen tank level, oxygen tank level, once again ship mass and cargo mass. Then these other three I've set up with Tim, and showing the number of components that have been created on board. It didn't look like this before, but Tim really went to town, and since I set the 4 assemblers and the refinery on board here to auto, it just went crazy. And of course, this is the ingot list, for a better term. And this right here, I think it's the debug. I'd have to look up the page again, but this more or less just lets me know if Tim is running at a glance. As long as I see numbers moving around, I know Tim is running it. I don't have to restart it. And learning from Epic Tech, I have increased the number of cycles, lengthened the amount of time between ticks of the timer, to try and alleviate any hiccups that might come from it trying to run too fast. So, other than that, I'm just trying to think here of anything else. I am pondering putting in a couple of LCDs in here that are specific to telling me what's in the refinery at any one time. I think that's pretty much all that I did. I mean, I was doing a lot of thinking while I was messing with those scripts, which kind of made it difficult for me because trying to think whatchamacallit, trying to figure out the scripts, which were not that difficult. It was as difficult as I thought they were going to be. And also thinking about all my options. Yeah, my little brain was hurting a little bit. So, what else? I think that's it. So basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to spend time and I'm going to mine some ice, drop it on board of here and see how well the system reacts, because it should make this ship the priority and everything should function in here before any ice gets overflowed into the base. Then once that's done, I'll look at the status of the onboard supplies. And I haven't figured out the how to adjust the quotas so that the quotas stay this. Come on! I haven't figured out how to adjust the quotas yet, mostly because I didn't really read a whole lot. So that things like steel plates, you know, it says I need 800 or 955, and I only have 899. I think the steel plates needs to be more. Interior plates needs to be more. Thruster components, I think what it's oh, wait a second. Oh, I read that backwards. The quota is 899, we have 955 on board. I think what this is doing is it's looking at the entirety of the ship and all the blocks that are in the ship. And that's where it's coming up with the quotas automatically. Magically. And of course, because of that, it adjusts the quotas over here. I think. I think. Oh, it says I have 119,000 or 119 kilograms of kilograms? No. Am I reading that right? 119,000 grams of iron. Boy, oh boy. It's been a long time since I was in school. I are stupid now. So, funny thing, I just shut off all the lights. Jeez, it's gonna be night again. Yeah, I'm sorry for it always being night. When I'm playing. It for some reason it just works out that way. The liftoff that I will make will be in the daytime. I don't care if I have to let the game run overnight. I don't like the short day-night cycles that a lot of other space engineer content creators do. I really don't like that. I like to have the days be like a day and the night be a night. The 12-hour cycle seems to work out very well. So let's just go ahead and utilize the terminal here. T1, exterior, base, edge lights. Yeah, we'll turn on the pretty pillar lights. Piston lights. Yeah, we'll do that too. I don't need to I don't need those on. And there. Okay. So there we go. All the lights are on, with the exception of the big spotlights, because I don't really think I need to have those on. Not with everything else being illuminated, and it kind of sets it. It kind of sets a mood too. I'm not constructing anymore, so it's. I gotta remember. I don't know how many boxes of ammunition each one of these can take maximum. I think it's like 72 or something. I don't want to waste that much time making those, but. Up. Oh, I forgot. Where is it? Come on, come on. There we go. E3 timer. Bump. 10 seconds. Make that every 30 seconds. Every 60 seconds. And so every minute it will close all the doors. Okay, so things are getting processed. Almost full up on components. I'm thinking. So, in case you're wondering if this ever happens, this has happened once in a while. But it looks like I'm going to have to repair this too. I just had an epiphany. I think that's what you call it. Why am I doing this? When I could... Come on. You can do it. When what I will do, instead of grinding this all the way down like I thought I was going to have to, and just occurred to me that I could put a projector on this, lift it up with one of the ships, put a projector on it, and maybe a merge block on the bottom, merge block on the platform. I need to bring the platform in here to do that. Go
up here. Grind away all this stuff. Wow. Why am I having such a difficult time getting it in there this time? Whoa! Straight with the ship, that's what I think. Come on. Shaking it and trying to roll ever so slightly. Alright, that should be level with the ship. I can slide in here. That might be good right there. Right here.
Metal grid and more steel plate. And that needs steel plate. Okay, so now we have a yield module and a speed module on the refinery. Now, I want to kind of do the same thing to the other side. Well, dawn is approaching. And right now, I have shut down the assemblers, letting the refineries continue on with refining uranium so that I can fill up these reactors, or at least get them close to at least 100. 100 kilograms. So, got Tim running. The quotas for all the components updated, and as you can see, it looks like that lost a bunch of stuff, but actually a lot of quotas increased quite a bit. So now the time has come for me to go and start parking some ships. And then getting out of here.
Try not to hit anything. That way? No, it's not. It's this way. There we go. And we'll go ahead and lock that. Shut off the lights. Off all of that stuff.
And this is just in case something happens with connectors or something, then this won't just drop out of the sky and crash onto the ground over here. Hey! The next thing I need to do is... Oh! What's going on up here? Somebody's not happy? Come on, let me in. Let me in! Huh. Wonder what that was about. Maybe I unlocked the wrong, Oh, I know. When I cycled the gear, that's probably what happened.
Let's see here. I think I need this one. Yes. Alrighty then.
Okay, so there's that. It's kind of snug. That's what we want. Right. Connector close, and the hanger lights. Right. Okay, so now that worries me. 2.1. 2.1. I'm sure that this one registers the same. 2.1. Let me bring up the gear groups. Gear, landing gear. So I want to see here. 1. That's top. That's the bottom. Landing gear, there we go. Alright, so what I want to do, alright, I just want to make sure that this is bottom, 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 okay. So I want to do this and this so that I can see, oh, see now that says I'm 1.4 kilograms, but the displays are saying 2. Okay, whatever. Alright, all the weapons have ammunition. The driller is on board. Why do I have a little bit of an apprehensive feeling right now? Alright, so I said I was going to do it, so this is it. We're going to do it. Win, lose, or draw. Win, lose, or draw. Everything's good. I think what I will do is I will leave... Now I'll let the base do its thing. Leave the power on so that I have somewhere to spawn if all else fails. Oh, I'm gonna need to restart that. Just saw that the diagnostic was not scanning. That's that. I think that's it. This is staying here. All right. Okay, landing gear is going unlocked. Hydrogen thrusters are on. Here we go. Not even full thrust. Point that I'm just trying to make sure that I stay in control of my emotions.